everybody, what's going on? Jeff Rager, another episode of The Daily Ticket. It's the 3rd of May. It's 2024, and more important than anything else, it's a Friday. Thank God. Long week. Gorgeous outside. I hope you have big plans this weekend. I got big plans this weekend. Gonna try to hit the golf course. Gonna hang out with the daughter and the wife. Gotta work a little bit. But, man, it is so beautiful outside. And I'm so happy that it's Friday because this week has just dragged by. I'm also happy that I get to watch a little Tiger baseball tonight because when the team is good, and they're good right now, they're 5 games above 500 through 31 games. When they're good, you miss them when they don't play. Like, they didn't play last night, Thursday, and I found myself jonesing for some Tiger baseball, which is a great sign because it's been about a decade since I've really jonesed for Tiger baseball, considering how bad they've been. So, I want to ask you a question about the Tigers. I want to get into the Tigers. I got some audio I want to play you. I got the manager, Hinch. I got a couple cuts from Colt Keith, how he's dealing with his struggles so far. But more than anything, at 10:14 on a Thursday night, I am begging the Boston Bruins to wake the fuck up. I probably bet a little too much money. The Bruins minus a goal and a half. There's no Austin Matthews in Game 6. Games in Toronto, Maple Leafs are trying to force a Game 7. If you watch me or listen to me at all, you know I hate the Leafs. I hate their fans. Woj and I did a whole 2-hour show about the freaking Maple Leafs, and you won't believe how many Detroiters called up, 97 won the ticket, and actually sided with us. They hate Toronto fans too. But currently, it's the second intermission. It's 10:15. Leafs found a way to score 1 minute to go in the second period. William Nylander, who didn't play in like the first 2 games of this series. Did I mention there's no Austin Matthews? I put way too much money on the Bruins minus a goal and a half, meaning they got to win by 2, and that's not going to happen unless they have a monster third period. But they've been outplayed the entire 40 minutes so far. So wake up. Come on. What are you doing what you did last year? Last year, the Bruins were up, 3-1 to the Panthers. They were an 8 seed. Panthers came all the way back. They beat them and went to the Cup final. So wake up. Now let's get down to business, shall we? So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Tigers because I kind of feel we haven't really had the time to do that. Yeah, we talked about like the cable company dispute and we talked about Bally's and Comcast and Xfinity yesterday. But what about the actual team? Like, they're playing a good brand of baseball. They're 5 games above 500. They've played 10 series so far this season. They've won 6 of them. They've tied another 2 of them. So they're playing winning baseball. And they have a chance, I think, this week to prove to you that they're legitimate. Like, if they go into the Bronx and win a series against the Yankees, who are currently in second place in the East a month into the season, they're a game out of first. That's really impressive. Then they go to Cleveland, who happens to be in first place in the AL Central. You win a series against the Guardians. I think despite it being so early and it only being a 6-game road trip, I kind of feel that would go a long way into proving to me that this team is real. Because, forgive me, I don't think they are yet. I don't. And I got some stats to prove that, I think. But before we do any of that, I'm a firm believer if I have a question and you have a question, if you have an opinion and I have an opinion, why not get the opinion of the people that actually do it for a living? So on Wednesday, I asked AJ Hinch this question. I want to play this for you, and then we're going to move on. Take a listen.
Oh, you just seem like a guy, obviously, you're just focused on winning the next game. However, is there a number in your mind when you know what kind of team you have? I mean, everybody always talks about Sparky in his 40 games. Do you have a number where you realize, okay, we got a pretty good club here, and what's that number?
I don't really look at it that way. No disrespect to Sparky, who is awesome or was awesome. He's incredible manager in this game. I look at it at a much more narrow scale. I mean, obviously, behind closed doors and in my own space, I think about the things that we can do, the things we need to get better. When I preach to our players virtually every day in the hitters meeting or in a in the cafeteria that you better focus on where your feet are. Like, I have to do it too. They wouldn't want to hear me on this camera speak any other way because it'd be unauthentic. They know what I think, which is we needed to win the series today. We're going to get on a flight and we're going to focus on New York. But I think we're proving to ourselves we can win every series that we play. And that in itself will build the type of months and the type of seasons that this city deserves. But it's May 1st, so we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves until we continue to put these building blocks in place and respect the process of playing 162.
All right, so that's AJ Hinch. He didn't answer the question. Sparky always talked about 40 games. You figure out what kind of team you have. Tigers have played 31. I can tell you the kind of team they have. They can hurl. They can throw. They can pitch. It's amazing how good they've been from the mound. I mean, I got some stats for you that I want to run by you. Tigers are fourth best in ERA. They have a team 3.19 ERA. They're top 5 in earned runs allowed. They're top 11 in strikeouts. They're top 7 in walks allowed. They're the second best team in the bigs in whip, walks and hits in innings pitched. And they're the fourth best on-base percentage against. Tarek Skubal's got the 10th best ERA. It's 172. He could win the Cy Young. Jack Flaherty, he's got the second most strikeouts with 50. Jason Foley has the second most saves with 9. And speaking of Jack Flaherty again, he's got the best ball to strikeout ratio in Major League Baseball. I mean, they've been absolutely awesome from the mound. That's why they are where they are. They've been pitching like crazy. Reese Olson hasn't got a lot of wins, but he's been really impressive. Casey Mize, dude missed 700 and some days of baseball. Can't really tell that he did. Tarek Skubal's been outstanding. Kenta Maeda seems like he's getting back into that May form because he always struggles in April. And Jack Flaherty's been crazy. He's been crazy good. Like, did you see what he did against the Cardinals the other day in game 1 of the doubleheader? Career high 14 strikeouts. This is a guy that had like a 6 ERA last year with 2 different teams. He's come back and he's been really good. So the pitching has been outstanding. And that gives you belief that maybe they can be a playoff team at the end of this. We always wonder, is it sustainable? AJ Hinch would answer the question. He was asked on our morning show by Cookies and John Jansen. He said, I don't know what sustainable means. Well, he went to Stanford. I kind of think he knows what sustainable means. But you know what he's saying. He doesn't want to put any expectations out there, which is weird, right? Scott Harris, the president of baseball ops, AJ Hinch, you heard in that cut even, they don't want to put expectations out there. Meanwhile, the Lions have Sheila Ford Hamp, the owner, step into the podium when they unveiled the uniforms and saying, I want to host a Lombardi. There's nothing wrong with expectations. But the Tigers pitching has been outstanding. And a big reason why people believe this team could make the postseason for the first time in a decade. But there's always 2 sides to a coin. And as good as the pitching has been, the hitting has been a disaster. I just gave you some sterling stats about the pitching. But now brace yourself, because these are some scary stats about the offense. Here you go. They're bottom 7 in batting average. They're top 8 in striking out. They have 275. They're middle of the pack in walking. Not a big deal. Bottom 7 in on-base percentage. Bottom 8th in slugging. Bottom 8th in OPS. 664 for the team. And bottom 7 in dongs. Home runs. They don't hit very many of them. This offense has been anemic most of the time. And then I have something that's even worse. So, if you look at the majority of the players on this offense, like Riley Green's been a revelation. He's been outstanding. Mark Canha has been sensational. Winsel Perez has played 16 games. He already has 3 home runs. He's got 2 triples. He's got a 961 OPS. Will it last? I have no idea. But he's been outstanding as well. But that's about it offensively. This team has so many holes in their lineup. They have so many dead spots in their lineup. This is why I can't believe in them. I looked up the worst OPSs in baseball. I believe in OPS. I feel it's the one stat that tells the true story about somebody at the plate. Colt Keith, he has the worst OPS in all of baseball, 387. Spencer Torkelson, 588. Not good. Like, Torque has yet to hit a home run. Torque had 2 home runs last season through the first 31 games. He has 0 now. So maybe it's just how he starts. Notoriously a slow starter, but he's not hitting the ball hard either. Like, his hard hit rate is way down. And now we're worrying about him yet again. Javier Baez, after having a good 4 to 5 to 6 days, stealing bases, hitting doubles, hit a home run, 525 OPS. That is awful. Parker Meadows should be sent down to the minors. 451 OPS. Both their catchers, 527. Zach McKinstry, 573. Andy Ibanez, 573. This offense is not good enough. Flat out. And I know what you're going to say. I get it. If I will say the pitching won't hold up, and I'm not sure that it will, who's to say the hitting doesn't get better? And I'll answer that question. It's not going to get better because these guys have track records. The majority of them do for not being able to hit. This Tigers offense has been woeful for 3 years. This is why I begged and I pleaded for Scott Harris to go out in the offseason and get you some proven bats, guys with track records, guys with resumes. He decided not to. And the lack of offense could be the demise of this team. I am curious. Is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? Can this Tiger team overcome no bats, essentially, and go to the postseason for the first time in a decade? I ask you. I don't think so. And listen, I like to try to be positive. And I know 31 games into the season, when you're 5 games above 500 and you're dominating and you're winning close games and life is good, it sucks to hear a guy like me with a shaved head and an ugly little Honolulu blue hoodie saying, yeah, it's not sustainable. Why would you listen to me? I get it. I won't listen to me either. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, but I'm being a buzzkill. I totally understand. But I don't think it's sustainable. I think the offense is going to be the death of them. And furthermore, the AL Central seems like they're actually pretty good. Like, the Twins have won 10 games in a row. The Guardians are in first place. The Royals are in second place. So eventually, you're going to have to hit. And I'm not certain this team can do that. So is it sustainable? Is the winning sustainable? I ask you. Let me know. Comment section. And will a good road trip, 6 games against the second place Yankees on the road in the Bronx and the first place Guardians, will that change your mind if you believe the winning's not sustainable? Because I know it's 6 games, but it might change my mind a little bit. You go out and you shut down 2 good offensive teams. You go out and you find a way to out-hit them a little bit, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll think about coming around. But I'm curious what you think. Is the winning sustainable? Here's the other thing I wanted to hit on. So Colt Keith, he had a big RBI double. Good to see on a Wednesday when they beat the Cardinals. But we told you about his OPS. It's the worst in baseball. I got a chance to talk to him on Wednesday. And, I mean, you're rooting for the kid, right? He got the big contract, 26, 27 million bucks without even playing a game in the bigs. You got to believe the pressure eventually will mount. So I asked him, I'm like, can you get away from this? Can you go about your life? When you're not at the ballpark, can you not think about baseball? Take a listen to his answer.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've so far I've deleted Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I try to stay off my phone and just, like, live in the moment. I got a hitting journal. I kind of just write in there, and then after the day's over, I just try to flush it and, you know, look to the future.
So there you go. He deleted social media. I would say that's a really good move. Writes in the hitting journal like JD Martinez used to do. I thought the comment was interesting. I mean, this is a kid living out his dream. Unfortunately, he's struggling. I wonder how he deals with it. Like, what are his emotions through the first month of the baseball season? It's a dream, but at the same time, it's not coming easy. I asked him that question too. Take a listen.
I think it's been really fun, but also just really challenging, you know, mentally and physically, and, you know, just going out there mostly mentally. It's been really tough, being able to just have a positive attitude every day.
I mean, I feel bad. He's living out his dream. He's getting paid a ton of money. He's doing what he wants to do, but he can't hit right now. He's playing a good defensive second base. But you got to believe the pressure's mounting. You got to believe with every out, he's thinking about it. And if you watch him on TV or if you watch him from the game, and I know you can't tell everything by the way somebody looks, but he looks like he's stressing out there. He does. So I thought those two comments were interesting. Definitely seems like he's got a good head on his shoulder. But that's got to suck. Finally getting his big break. And the Tigers put their trust in him. So he's not going anywhere. He's going to be given every opportunity to prove that he's a big league ball player. But I thought those comments were interesting because it's got to be very difficult to play baseball and not be very good at it from the start and have to deal with the constant pressure and talking and everything that goes with being a big league player. So is it sustainable? As we go into the weekend, we got 6 huge games staring us right in the face. What do you think? Let's get to some comments real quick. And then let's go on our merry way. I'm going to check the Leafs game one last time, too. Yesterday's podcast was all about the Bally's and Xfinity Comcast standoff. People that have Comcast or Xfinity, unless they want to stream the Tigers, can no longer watch the Tigers. Here's what people are saying. At Master Creek, start streaming $20 a month, which is a ripoff. Having said that, I can't believe people still have regular cable. How about this one? At Detroit Tony, great show as always, Jeff. You can't convince me that the Toronto Maple Leaf fans and Dallas Cowboy fans aren't the same person. This whole thing with the Tigers game is BS. However, I had good luck with watching the games on Tickety Talk. All right. How about this one? At Thraxman84. I heard MLB TV offers specific team packages, but I don't know if there are blackouts on those. I think there are. I don't know either. Like if the Tigers are on MLB package or MLB TV, like they're going to be this weekend, and considering you can't get the games on Comcast or Xfinity anymore, shouldn't they not be blacked out? But I think they actually are because it's a location thing. I'm not sure. How about this one? At Lips Cantalone 9144. Jeff, you're the king, buddy. Love your takes. But he says ha afterwards. Does that mean he doesn't love my takes? I think that's what it means. Or maybe that's how I'm just taking it. And then how about one more for you? At Brian Lucen 3262. The big question is, when are the Tigers going to send Torkelson down to Toledo? He is a big fat 0 this year defensively and at the plate, hitting 200 no home runs after 30 games, really hurting the team, ... Then somebody replied, at FGJR96 Way. And look what Tyler Nevin is doing in Oakland. What is Tyler Nevin doing in Oakland? I don't even know. I'm going to look that up really quickly. Tyler Nevin, a former Tiger, never was anything here. Is he killing it in Oakland? He's the son of Phil Nevin, who used to play for the Tigers. Let's see. 323 bat. Wow. 325 batting average and 875 OPS, 4 home runs. Holy smokes, in 25 games. He is killing it. Always happens, doesn't it? Get rid of somebody, can't use them anymore, convinced they're washed up, they go someplace else, they kill the baseball. Awesome. Thanks for that. All right, before we let you go, one last check. Oh, boy. 5 minutes to go, 1-0 Maple Leafs. I'm not going to win my bet, that's for sure. Damn it. There's going to be a game 7. Bruins are going to choke this away again, aren't they? Ah! God, I hate it when Toronto wins in the postseason. Come on, Boston. One time, one goal. My goodness. How are you going to get shut out in game 6 of the playoffs? That's pathetic. Without Austin Matthews playing. Getting outshot 24-21. We got 5 good minutes left. Come on, Boston. Come on. All right, that's going to do it for the Daily Ticket. Is the winning sustainable? I say no, but I'm hopefully proven wrong. What do you think? Now there's 4:43 left. Come on, Boston. Pull your netminder. Swayman, get out of there. Let's go. I'm going to go watch the end of the game. Guys, I hope you enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you on a Monday on the Daily Ticket. Always a pleasure. See you guys.